Hello, let me get rid of this quickly. I've been, that's better. I've been, I've been fascinated by my inability to change my slide, my video from last year. It's like every time when I talk to somebody else, I need to change my video. And I'm still haven't done it. So, okay, Gresson, welcome. I am really excited to talk to you. We're going to talk about your chapter in our upcoming book and a little bit about your
Mhm.
journey. I'm sure a lot of people are going to identify with your journey. The struggle of finding who you really are inside without everything that we have taken on as part of our persona. Does that sound to you like a description?
Yes, totally. I I couldn't have described it more better.
Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to quickly, I want to go back to our slide and
Yep.
I'm also going to ask if there's anybody, because I am on my old laptop that used to make tick, 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 tick. So I always have to check with our audience if a sound is good, if they hear
Okay.
frogs. No, you can't hear frogs. It's very cold outside. In summer, I've got very raucous frogs, and we don't complain about them really. We love them,
Mhm.
and sometimes it goes tick tick tick, and sometimes it goes zhoosh. But hopefully tonight it doesn't do any
No.
of those things. Okay, this it, um, makes everything fine there. Can you see?
Mhm.
Loud and clear, lovely. Okay, and also, people, if I do disappear, please forgive me because I am on my old laptop and the USB where the camera is fitting is a little bit on the loose side. So if I disappear, carry on, ask questions. I'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes at the most. Hope it's not going to be one of those interesting ones. Okay,
All right.
so we're going to give you some interesting content here. I know that people are going to identify with you. Right, so let me go back to our first slide.
Yeah.
Here we go. While I was healing through connecting with my inner child meditations, now I can't read all of that. I discovered, oh, I can't read this, of a limiting beliefs I had were illusions that the mind have made up from past. Now that's important.
Mhm.
The limiting beliefs I had were illusions of a mind that I had made up from past experiences. My mind made it up from past experiences, is how I'm reading it. Um,
Mhm.
so my mind from past experiences created limiting beliefs. So that's, I think, we want to take we want to take it in
Mhm.
little tiny
Yeah.
little bit. So
Yeah.
you grew up. You
Yes.
describe yourself as the quiet type. So
Yeah.
you very much under the radar and trying not to attract attention to yourself, right?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
and then you were walking around with a lot of limiting beliefs. Do you want to share with us some of these limiting beliefs that you walked around with?
Of course. I think it started with my childhood early at school. Like you said, I felt like the underdog. I felt unseen, unnoticed. People must have seen that I've had a different energy, different type that they didn't, how to interact with. So they didn't choose to interact with me that much.
And that made you
And
believe more things about yourself, more negative things.
yes, yes. I wondered, is it me? Did do something wrong? But in the later stages of my life, I discovered it all happened on purpose.
Yeah. And when these limiting beliefs, when you started not feeling
Hmm.
very sure about yourself,
Yeah,
and then the way, like you say, your energy, and then your energy
yeah, yeah,
confirms for you, and it doesn't
yeah,
attract other people to you. So now
yes,
you've got the confirmation that
yes,
these limiting beliefs are true.
yes, exactly. I felt like I didn't fit in because they didn't choose to interact with me. I thought, yeah, what's going on? But now I know I'm supposed to be different, to throw another path, you know?
Yeah, that's amazing. So you are, how old are you, Gresson?
30 years old.
No, now.
Yeah, now.
You,
But then, back then it was like uh, kindergarten, I think 5 years,
mm.
4 years, that age.
So I'm particularly interested in talking to you because you have written a book and you have managed to work in some sort of amazing way to me through so many hang ups that you had as a child. And
Yes,
one of the things that you mentioned there was your through your meditations. You
yes,
so do you want to talk a little bit more about that? Because I think it's
yeah,
unusual and exceptional if somebody managed to do that themselves.
yes. Well, I must have gotten triggered by someone who pushed me away. And then I thought, oh no, here we go again. What's wrong with me? The same story. And then, I think my awakening began. Most people awaken by through burnouts, but for me, it's just miraculously just that one trigger that make me woke me up, and I got introduced by the universe by meditations. I thought, okay, let me try that. And those videos that pop up regularly that you must watch, must see. I
Yes.
hit one, and then there was that inner child meditation. I thought, okay, let's try that. And it was a direct confrontation with my younger self.
And one inner
I
child meditation, one inner child meditation where you
Yes,
actually managed to connect with the fact that
yes,
underneath all of these limiting beliefs, there
yes,
is something different going on there.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, tell us more.
We are as adults, we know the truth, but you can't continue um without doing the inner work. The inner work is so important because that little child within you is still stuck there in the past. And if we don't face that, we're gonna get the same situations, same people all over again. And many people think it's hard. Yes, it's hard, but it's then worth it. It's so
So,
worth it. Look at me.
so that first meditation that you did with the inner child,
Yeah, yeah.
what is it that came up? What just tell us a little bit more about it. What is it that came up for you with that first meditation? What 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 were the can you remember like the words of a feeling from that very first one?
That I didn't got accepted. I didn't
No.
feel accepted.
And
That's the
then
overall feeling.
yeah. And
That's the
then what did
overall
you do with it?
feeling.
Yeah. And then what did you do with it?
I tried to console, try to interact with that inner child, ask him or her what was wrong, what it needed, and all it needed, it's just that it knows it's loved. That's all. But we can reparent ourselves. We can do it ourselves, but not many people know that.
No, and so I want to say again, you are young. You didn't
Yeah.
get counted here. You accidentally found an inner child meditation. You started paying attention to your inner child. You started
Yes.
asking questions. You stopped
Yes.
believing everything you believe. You
Yes.
decided to stop believing
Yeah.
what was going on before. And then you started talking to you connected. You had a
Yes.
you had a reparenting relationship
Yes.
with your inner child. And
Yes.
then
True.
you found this amazing thing. The inner child needs
Yeah.
love. It needs love. We
Yes.
need to learn to love ourselves. And it
Yes.
sounds so simple, but it is genuine. I mean, it
Yeah.
I mean,
And we need.
I counsel people
Mhm.
to the same place because it's
Yeah.
sometimes really hard for
Yes.
people to see that, but it really is what it's
Yes.
all about. Just like that.
Yes. First reconnect with self, and then you're gonna attract all the people that's meant to come in your life, like your soul family.
Yeah, because you can't until you love yourself. You can't accept
Yes.
love in, and until you
Yes.
celebrate yourself, you're not going to have those people in your life that celebrates you.
Nope.
If you try and bring it in from outside, it never lasts. You
Right.
always have to have more. But the minute when
Yeah.
you inside do these things for
Yes.
yourself, you start
Yes.
to bring in your true tribe. It's just the most amazing, beautiful thing.
Yes. And your inner child deserves to, how you call it, strive, inner glow. Yeah, and now I'm having more and more a glow up because I'm following what she wants. Because
Mm,
most of us, we like the limited beliefs, we believe things that others say to us, but we have to use our discernment. We have to
mm.
listen. Is it our voice or is it other people's voice?
Now you know what a lot of people says, but it's easy for you. So
Mm,
I
yeah,
wanna
yeah,
highlight this. So you
yeah.
grew up in Belgium, and
Mm-hmm.
you are of Belgium Filipino mix. Am I right?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
right. You're
So
right.
you were the only one. There was like nobody
Yeah.
else like you in school. Nobody.
No,
You're
no,
the
no.
first one.
Yes,
And so just like nobody normalized that for you, and just feeling outside and feeling not the same, and
yes,
feeling
yes.
just feeling out of place. And then you had a you had to spend a lot of time with your father that was
Yeah.
uncommunicative, I think. Yeah,
Yes,
and
yes.
really
And a little bit
rigid.
dominant, strict.
Mm, yeah, yeah, very rigid in his outlook. Like this is how it must
Yeah,
be.
yeah. This is how you're supposed to behave. This is how you're supposed to
Mm,
be. I, I, I think because of that, I lost my true identity
mm,
because nobody taught me how to follow my own voice and find
mm,
my true identity. I lost it because he said, "Be like this, like that." Yeah.
mm. This is for me. It's just the most awesome story. Um, that one can do this for yourself, and that imagine that. For me, something very similar happened. I was looking and going from psychologist and to the next one. I was like, something is not right. I need to fix something. And only when I truly became ready, and truly ready
Mm-hmm.
means that I finally realized that the way that I was thinking, this is how my life
Yeah.
should be, was not working. Somebody gave me a few pages into my hand and said, I think you must read this. And it was the
Wow.
adult child work, and it changed everything, or everything that I've been trying to get from psychologist after psychologist after psychologist,
Yeah.
everything suddenly just fell into place, and it was like the light went on. And so it can be a
Yes.
very fast wake up with a long time of work after that. And I think we need to stress. It's not like you can get a bolt out of
No.
blue. Suddenly you
No.
wake up and find out, but there's more. I didn't know this. Now you've got
Oh
to
yeah.
retrain your brain. Yeah, you've got to retrain your brain. You've got to do
Yes.
things differently. You've got to investigate. You've got to pay attention to yourself. It's not. It doesn't just happen.
No. And pay attention to others because they're supposed to be mirrors.
Mm,
They have little tiny pieces that belong to us, but we need, we don't have to become codependent and needy. That's not what I'm saying. But we need to pay attention to other people's energies in order to understand ours.
yes, we don't heal when we are
Right.
by ourselves, locked away on an island. We
Mm-hmm.
heal in community. We need community to heal.
Yes.
We don't know
Yes.
that. We are so
No.
likely to pull back and be by ourselves.
Yeah.
It feels comfortable, but we need community. That's why I do group programs, because the
Yeah.
community is the final healing space. So you're so right.
Yes.
I want to go back to what you wrote there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So I must remember that not every person I encounter will be the same or do the same things to me. I must give him a chance. If I didn't heal myself, I would have not understood why I would come across the same situations and people over and over again. I
Mm-hmm.
have gained more understanding that how people react is a reaction from what they've been through, and I should not take that personally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this, another one of us huge. So I'm the common one. I'm going to meet people after people after people. And if
Yeah.
I take things personally and don't take into consideration what they have gone through, I'm going to be very unhappy. I'm going to be
Yeah. Yeah.
really unhappy. Just stop taking things personally, which sounds easy, but
Yeah.
it's not easy, is it?
No, it isn't. But you know what I was thinking about earlier this week? Uh, where is the curiosity that people have gone? Because people decide things for themselves, but they have a reason behind that. And like the quote said, friends should, you know how the past, the future, and the present, it all belongs into one. But if we don't open up to someone else, if we don't understand what happened to them, then there is no deep connection.
Yeah,
But
and
in
if
order
we
to
don't
do
open
that,
up,
yeah, yeah, in
yeah,
order to do that, we need to open up to ourselves first, be honest with ourselves first. And if we, like you said, establish that connection, we can interact with others and do the same.
yeah, it's so true what you say.
Hmm.
First, you have to open up to yourself,
Yeah.
so that you can open up to other people, and
Hmm.
then give people that space to give open up
Yes.
to you. That space in which you can't be blaming, just
Mm-mm.
judgmental, um,
No.
without empathy. You have to, and it's a weird thing, right? I want to ask you if the same
Yeah.
thing happened to you. The more healed I became, the more work I did, the
Yeah.
more judgment just fell away. I don't have
Yes.
judgment. And just judgment is gone.
No, you become forgiving, you become compassionate, you have more understanding what's going on with the other person because you have been through something yourself.
Yeah, that really is the deciding thing when you've been through things yourself.
Hmm.
Check. So I want to just check. I don't see any.
Yeah.
Um, thank you guys for the hearts. Keep them coming, and please post your questions. We're going to come back, and I want to know who else is impressed that somebody so young could be doing
Yeah.
this. It's like wow. That's just like wow. Okay, so let's go to the next quote from the book.
Hmm.
So somebody notice and is paying attention to what I am saying. Sometimes all we need is people to show us what we've been hiding and not being in our true authentic self and power. So
Hmm.
that is for me that sometimes it needs one saving person to see inside
Yes.
us what we can't
Yes.
yet see, to be that mirror for
Right.
us.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
So so that person who did that for you, what did
Hmm.
you suddenly start seeing through their eyes?
Myself, what I started to see, or she.
Mm. What you started to understand about yourself, coming from limiting beliefs, coming from hiding, and suddenly somebody
Um.
else in a different way.
I think it was how important my background was to me.
Yes. Okay. So I think you must give our readers, our listeners, a little bit because they haven't
Yeah.
read the book. So I think you
No.
have to tell them a little bit more about how you found out how important it was to you. So you're talking about your
Yes.
Filipina. Do I say Filipina because you're female, or do I
Yeah.
say
Yeah. Yeah. I
okay?
think. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So your Filipino background.
I think I went back on a few trips, but the first trips didn't manage to wake me up that easily. You know, I, when we develop a kind of pattern, over and over again. We suppress it because we don't want to. I think we run from it,
mm,
and I think it was the last time that I couldn't anymore. I had to face it. And when I started to open up back, she she managed to see that. And then right there I realized how important it was.
because the Filipino
Mhm.
culture is so very different
Different.
from the Belgian
Yes.
culture.
Yes.
Uh, the colors of the music
Yeah.
and the vibrancy
Yeah.
and the warmness of the people.
The way of living as well. They
So,
have a different approach.
so do you think it's because you changed your pattern, and that because you changed your pattern, you went into a out of your regular behavior. You went into something that's
Yes.
very different from your regular behavior. And suddenly you
Yes.
start seeing yourself from a
Yes.
different place because you're not in the
Yes.
same,
Right.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
not in the same environment. So it's
That's it. Yeah.
that point about when we're in a rut and we just keep on doing what we've been doing forever, we don't take ourselves
Yes.
up. We don't go have a trips. We don't take a break. We don't get a bit of
No.
distance. It's really
No.
hard to see ourselves.
Right. We're always constantly busy. Work 9 to 5. We don't manage to pay attention when I mean we don't manage to pay attention to ourselves unless something big happens,
Mm.
a big
Yeah, so
event.
taking yourself out and seeing yourself in circumstances that are very, very different from
Yeah.
what you normally do. But I do think it's important to notice that
Mhm.
you paid attention to who you were feeling like. How did you feel different when you were in the Philippines?
I think more like myself. More open, energetic, because sometimes they perceive us as too much,
Mm. Mm.
too open, wanting to know too much curiosity.
So your entire joy for life was
Mhm.
basically stifled growing up
Yep.
so very differently, not celebrated, having on top of everything else this rigid, rigid
Yes.
upbringing. Lack of emotional connection is what I picked up a lot from
Yes.
from
Correct.
from your dad,
Yeah.
and those scars that it leaves in us. And then you go and you're in this vibrant culture, and suddenly
Yeah.
something inside you comes alive, and you
Right.
start to explore that. So
Right.
that like, one tiny change
Yep.
can lead us to just understanding that there is more.
Yeah. Exactly. That's that's it.
Let's look at this one quickly. I've got another one here.
Okay.
Oh, I wonder if I can read this. Is so much. Why do I make take out such a long, such a
Yeah.
long?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So I've gained more understanding that how people react is a reaction from what they've been through, and I should not take that personally. So
Mhm.
again, on what we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Um, this is the same one. My true self started to appear, and I started to glow from the inside out.
Mhm.
I didn't pay attention to other people's opinions anymore. I only followed my own
Mhm.
intuition. I found out what was unique about me and that I wasn't
Mhm.
meant to fit in or belong. I needed to bring my own uniqueness out, and I had to believe that the
Mhm.
right people who resonated with me would come along. So
Yes.
so this is what we are really talking about. We are
Yeah.
really talking about somebody growing up who's been
Yeah.
hiding herself, like
Yeah.
pulling back, not interjecting yourself much into the Belgian life,
Yes.
really playing small until it actually started to feel normal, right?
Yeah. Exactly. That's how I would describe it. Yeah.
And then when you start on this journey, you start to do exactly the opposite as you start to
Yes.
discover yourself.
Yes.
Are you feeling now that you're glowing from the inside out?
Yes, totally. I am. But I'm still paying attention because those subconscious things are always around the corner.
Okay, so if you are talking to somebody who is stuck in a place of,
Yeah.
I've gone through these hurts, I don't believe much, uh, I don't believe in myself, I don't believe I'm worthy of much, I don't believe that I have a right to shine.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say? Where should somebody start who realize
I,
that there's something missing?
mm, I would first have a sort kind of analysis of what people do I have around me. Do I have supportive people? Do I have people around me who I can be myself with? Because this is another thing. People stay in friendships far too long when it's not needed. They think they need it, but it's not. It's like you said, if you work on yourself, if you reconnect, you don't need that love anymore. You're not going to look for something that isn't there. You're gonna
Yeah,
look for something that's already in you.
I think it's a normal kind of thing
Mm-hmm.
to start reevaluate
Reaction.
everybody and everything where you are living,
Yes.
what you are doing, is what's your life goals, the people
Yeah.
that you around yourself. So if you up level, then automatically you get the
Yes.
courage and the belief in yourself to start up leveling your
Exactly.
entire life. It's a miraculous process. I just want everybody to do it.
Yes. I wanted to say. That's why I'm doing these podcasts and those contributions because I once I found myself, you see what happens.
Yeah, it is.
uh
I want to remind people again, you were shy kind who never would have done this, right?
no, no, no. But
Yeah,
it's so
never mind
worth
about the
it.
book.
I need to do this because it's so worth it. I think I start to believe it's contagious as even.
Yeah, a lot of my clients come to me and, and they say, they started out by asking somebody else,
Mm-hmm.
what is it that you got? Because I don't know what it is, but I want it. Because we don't have a name
Yeah.
for it.
No.
We don't know what inner peace looks like, inner contentness. We don't know what it looks like. We only know what it looks like to search and to know
Yeah.
something is a little bit off and that we are not fitting 100% into the world. So
Yes.
that's what we know. So we don't have a name for what we are
Mm-mm.
searching. There's no name. You can't go and Google.
No.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You don't know what
Exactly.
you don't know what you don't know.
And the same thing that works for me won't work for someone else. We have to find our own things that make us happy
No,
to
you know
make.
what, Gretchen? I don't agree with you. I think the same thing that works for you will work for everybody. It is just
Mm,
the way in which you're going to get it is not going to be the same. But like
yeah.
really,
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
you
Yeah. Yeah.
describe,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
describe that whole process like 100% how it is to
Yeah.
connect with your inner child, to have that relationship, to make the
Mm-hmm.
relationship a loving one. It's like the
Yeah.
simplest way to describe
Mm-mm.
it. It's going to go
Mm-hmm.
through many layers for different people, but your
Mm-hmm.
example is absolutely beautiful and amazing. Want to check
Mm-hmm.
our comments quickly?
Okay.
Um, no, no questions here. Okay, we're just checking here. Okay, so no questions here. So people, we are going to see if any of you wants to go like go Gresson. This is impressive because I'm going like yeah, very
Yeah.
impressive. I
But on
think
the
for
other
me,
side, I was just thinking to add something. Like you said before, we have to pay attention to our own energy as well. We have to find out what's draining it. What are we doing against our flow, our nature?
yeah,
Especially
because a
for
lot of
those
times,
empaths, for those
yeah,
empaths out there, because they get affected by other people's energy so
and
much.
also yeah, so also like when you are doing things on autopilot and you feel like you have,
Yes.
then boom, down goes the energy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There you go. Yes.
Okay, so if we go back on the
Mm-hmm.
journey that we need in order to heal us, so a
Yeah.
lot of people are not going to believe that they are worth loving, that they are worthy
Yes.
of loving and
Yes.
accepting themselves. That's like normally, that's why the path is longer for some and for others. So
Yes.
some people do need to have
Exactly.
help through it. Um, when when we do that, whatever we're saying now, it
Hmm.
sounds like it was easy for us, but it really wasn't easy.
No.
It, it's only if you become really, really fed up with where
Hmm.
you have been, that when that becomes uncomfortable enough, right?
Yes.
You must stop
Yes.
liking the comfort, the discomfortable
Yes.
comfort
Yes.
of being where you are and start doing things differently.
Yes. Yes. The comfort that we used to um gets discomforts,
Mm.
and we want to come more out of our comfort zone.
Mm.
But
Okay.
sometimes we fear that that new life, but it's exciting.
But this
It's
is why I wanted to talk to you.
yeah.
Exactly this. Because when we have hope, when we can look at somebody else and
Mm-hmm.
we can say, they have done this, it is
Yeah.
doable. It's
Yes, exactly.
so doable. And
Yeah.
when we can have hope, we can carry on, even when we get
Yes.
hit a bit of a rough spot, and
Yes.
even if we have to struggle a little bit against our
Yeah.
own
Yeah.
selves, because our biggest struggle is with our own selves, our old selves. So even when you
Right.
have it, as long as there at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the tunnel, you have hope,
Mm-hmm.
then you can remain um, totally committed to doing this work on yourself.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
wouldn't you say, once you start doing this, when you start getting those first fruits of,
Mm-hmm.
wow, how did I miss this? How did I not know this? How come it's suddenly so much easier? How come I just feel like
Yeah.
I'm fitting into the world better? It's
Yes.
a
Yes.
series of self revelations. It's a series
Yes.
of
Exactly.
revelations about how you can be with other people, and
Yeah.
that it's so much easier. Don't you
Yes.
find that just that first success when you
Yes.
get over
Yes. Yes.
yourself, just the
It but
first success,
it invites you more, doesn't it?
yeah. Okay, so I've got really good news for everyone, and I want to see if I have an image here of our book. I don't know, we're talking about our book, and I don't know, but I've got an image of our book here. How is
Wait, I
that?
have one.
You
I
have?
Yeah. I'll just
Oh,
show it. Is
yes.
it?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Um.
that's your book, and I want you to go put the link in the chat. Okay.
Yeah.
And then also our book Talk Trust Feel, which
Yeah.
is which is already out. It's on
Mm-hmm.
pre-published. I'm going to have it out way sooner than
Wow.
September. And today I dropped the price for everyone. So I said to everybody
Mm.
all along, do not buy that book. So now you can go and you can go
Yeah.
and buy that book, everybody.
Okay.
So it's not so long. It will be a few weeks, and then we'll have
Okay.
it out. Um,
Okay.
Everybody can go and buy our book and read your entire story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and
Great.
how
Awesome.
your amazing, yeah, and your amazing tips and your amazing tools. So
Yes.
we're gonna put the links into the chat for everyone. Will you go in and
Yeah.
do that? And I'll put the
Yeah.
links in also.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
trying to, yeah, I can do that with a laptop that's not quite working, so I can do that. All right.
Okay.
So everybody, when you come in, I know a lot of people come in and they watch afterwards, and some people are watching on
Mm-hmm.
YouTube, some people are watching in the group. So wherever you're watching, I want to thank you for watching. Please comment. If you know, tag me or tag Gresson if you
Mm-hmm.
want to get some interaction. And we are very happy to inspire people. We are very
Yeah.
very happy to inspire.
For sure. For sure.
Remember to keep on giving us the hearts, comment, share. If you know somebody who, who needs us, everybody needs
Mm-hmm.
us, then I want you to share. So I'm going to quickly say, check our comments there.
Okay.
Okay, here we go there. Wait, I want to see our hearts. You see, there's our heart. Thanks, Mitch.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate
Mm-hmm.
that a lot. Thank you for
Yes.
thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, Alex. Thank you, Indrani. We appreciate that. I can't see everywhere where people are watching. I can see some of it, but I can't see,
Okay.
I can't see everywhere, so I can't say hi to everybody. So don't feel excluded, please. Right, our book is coming out. I do
Mm-hmm.
not have an image of it. I need to fix that, but it is on my Facebook page. There is an image of it,
Yeah.
and the link
Mm-hmm.
is there. So for anybody who wants to get the book, we really do want you to get the book. And let's display that. So we do want you to get this book. It is so full of amazing advice. People have gone through this. There's not a single person who's going from a high lecturing chair and reading from a book. It is everybody has done the hard work, have found amazing transformation in their life, and then
Mm-hmm.
also we've got some of our experts who are using amazing tools that helps us to heal faster. So looking forward to everybody reading this. Thank you so very much for doing this. I, I'm still in awe of how you've managed to do this by yourself. Yeah, and like you say, it's a
Thank you.
journey. It's a journey,
Well,
and
it's not all by myself because sometimes I didn't understand an emotion coming up, but then I have the right people showing up at the right time. So you just have to believe it. It happens.
mm, mm, I agree
It
with you. It's beautiful.
happens.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for watching and commenting and sharing and giving the hearts. Thank you, Grayson, for showing up here. Remember now, the book price has been dropped. If it's not showing today, because I haven't seen that it's showing, it will show by tomorrow. And at that time, I will post it again. And I will tag everyone. So, right.
Right.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
All right.